Hello and welcome to Firearm Freedom. This is going to be another first impressions video. In today's first impressions video, we are looking at my new to me Glock 17 Gen 4. There are no sponsors to the channel right now, so how you can help me out is just by hitting that subscribe button, ringing the bell, and also commenting down below. If you want to help me out further, you guys know the freaking deal. No purchasing, no nothing. It's all free. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. I know it's working for some of you. Some of you have transitioned over, okay? And you're like, damn it, I just need this guy to shut up, so I'm going to click the link and go there. And you might end up liking it. You might end up liking it. It's like trying a new food, okay? It's diversifying your feed with adventure life content from boarding, sports, skateboarding, snowboarding, longboarding, fitness content, yoga, instructional videos, watch reviews, conspiracy content, anything else. It's all over there. All you got to do is click on it. Ladies and gentlemen, they got me. They got me. I panic bought based off of recent news. Damn it. I am one of the masses. I am one of the people that is shunned, unfortunately. But hear me out. Many of you guys might not know this. I own multiple Glocks, quite a few Glocks. I do not have a single full-size, double-stacked Glock in 9mm. So I have no 19, no 17, no 34, no nothing. I just did a video on my 21C. That's a full-size Glock that I have. The only other Glocks that I still retain in my possession is a 42 and a 26. So obviously, I was a little bit like, man, I am a little bit bummed there because I never picked up another one. I had a 17 MOS that I did a review on many, many moons ago on my channel, and I ended up trading that originally for some thermal, and there was some horse trading going on, and I traded that even though I loved that pistol because I was like, it's a Glock. I'll be able to get one again at any time. Now, with the recent news of Glock discontinuing all previous models over the 5, I saw distribution on all chains, all channels completely dry up overnight. We're talking hundreds and hundreds, and if not thousands of units in stock, all reduced to 0. Now, was this the hand of the distribution chain saying, oh, we're going to mark them at 0 to create some excessive demand and then find some in our warehouse later on for an extreme price? Probably. But at the same time, I was like, you know, I do kind of want another full size, just 17, because it's such a good gun to have. You're always going to have holsters. You're always going to have a great test bed. Magazines are always going to be there. It's just a good idea to have a full size Glock, or at least that's what I tell myself to justify the purchase. Now, for me, I do not believe that we are going to be seeing Glocks in the 1,000 and 2,000 area. It's just not going to happen. The amount of them on the market is just going to be preventing that from happening. And how I can tell is you still have like Gen 1 new inbox 17s going for like 800. Jesus. Like, you know, we're not talking about a gun that's ever going to be, at least in my opinion, of doing this for a decade, in the thousands. But I still didn't want to deal with availability problems for the next year if, for whatever reason, something popped up and I'm like, you know, I really wish I had a 17, but oh, now I can't find them anywhere. And I was able to actually go to Ames and I saw these in the sub 350 area. It was an LEO trade-in. And I was a little bit like unsure because I'm like, I don't know about that because who knows the quality. You're not seeing the photo of it. Sometimes LEO guns are great. Usually they're always good on the internals, but when it comes to the outside, they look terrible. But I took a chance. And I actually prefer the Gen 4. It's one of my favorite variations, and I like the finger grooves. I'm the psycho that likes the finger grooves. But for me, it allows me to really choke up on that trigger guard and hold my hand into place, and I like it quite a bit. I really lucked out. This is a very, very early 17 Gen 4, and it's almost impossible to tell on camera, but it has a tenifer finish. Basically, your frying pan finish is what's on this thing. I was under the impression that that was only on Gen 3s, but in actuality, they did it on very early Gen 4s as well. And the Tenefer finish holds up obviously great over time. And the only wear, given that this person that had this before me must have been a right-hander, we got a little bit of carry wear on the bottom of the grip where it's normally getting kind of dinged up along stuff, and no wear on the left-hand side. The tritium sights are long since dead, so that does check out. And interestingly enough, we have an MBS here on the right-hand side, which I guess is one of the early variations that included the exchangeable back straps that came in the box. And the frame is made in Austria, as well as the slide is made in Austria. So it's a complete Austrian Glock, which is really, really cool. I was very pleased with my purchase, and I took it to the range. It was reliable. It was a Glock. There's not too much to say, but man, there is something weird going on with this trigger. I felt a lot of New York triggers, and I don't believe this is a New York trigger because, man, those triggers are just awful. It's about a 12-pound trigger, and this is not it, but it has the weirdest, like, sponge of a take-up, and then the break. But the weird thing isn't just that, it's the fact that the reset is excellent and right at the break. So the problem is I was just freaking flinching all over the place in this video, man. I was pulling shots left, right, double tapping them. It was just a train wreck with me at the range with this Glock, and I was very surprised. With the 21, that was not the case at all. With all my other Glocks, that's never been the case. My last 17 was one of the best shooting, most accurate pistols I owned up until that point. So it was just a little interesting to me. I don't know exactly what's going on there. If it has some sort of like grit in the connector, I'm going to disassemble this thing fully and just see if maybe there's some old dried up lube or something on the connector, and that's making this have just issues. But from the looks of it, on just looking at it from the top of the frame, no real anything stands out. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but man, it does not feel good. And maybe it's just I am so used to shooting 1911s now that I've like officially transitioned into that boomer stage, and now I just can't shoot Glocks, and maybe that just comes along with the territory. But again, I mean, I had a Glock out 2 weeks ago that was shooting incredibly well. I don't know. Maybe I could come up with a few more excuses on why I was just having a bad day with this Glock, but I'm going to post all the flinches in the B-roll. You guys know I don't hide that stuff. This gun just did not shoot that well for me. Of course, reliability, 100%. I would not expect anything different from a Glock. I had the one factory magazine that came with it, and then I also had borrowed 5 other magazines from where I work, and I have 5 more on the way. So I'm just going to kind of swap those out so I have some full-size Glock mags. I am going to swap out the sights. These old Meprolite sights are dead, and I just don't really like your traditional 3-dot pattern. I actually really like those Heine 8-dot sights that were on my 21C. I think I'm just going to get those exact same ones and throw them on this. Might throw a little bit of goon tape, might get an X300, and that is going to be really about it. I don't think I'm going to have any other complaints, concerns, or anything about this gun. And it's really just a standard old Glock. I took the whole beginning part of this video to talk about the backstory because there's not too much to say, in all honesty, about a Glock anymore. It's just a Glock, man. There's not too much else going on. It's a good, reliable tank of a pistol. It's gonna be reliable for decades and decades to come. It's a great concealed carry pistol. Would I ever pay in the thousands for a Glock? Absolutely not. If these ever breach the 800 area, I would tell you are absolutely out of your mind for paying that for something like this Glock. What's happening in this industry is companies are really hurting, believe it or not, right now, and you're getting more and more shady and shisty stuff going on to just make a quick buck. And then also legislatively, there's not a lot of good stuff going on. So the gun industry right now is just, quite frankly, not a great place to be in as a manufacturer or any of those things. It's not a good spot. That is going to wrap up this first impression video on my good old Glock 17 LEO trade-in Gen 4. If you guys have any other questions about this gun or anything else on the channel, drop them down below in the comment section. I'll read it, try my best to get back to you. While you're down there, head up to the description for the ways to support the channel. And as always, stay tuned for more great videos coming soon.